I think this is the earliest I've ever recorded something, but it's a special day because we have Eugene. Eugene came from Romania especially for this video.
At this and woke up on this hour.
Especially for this video. I mean, it's crazy. The sun is just rising over there. It's literally...
And we can still see the moon
Oh
on
yeah,
the opposite side.
we have the moon there. So the sun is greeting the moon. The moon is going back to sleep. The sun is starting its daily routine. And we are just enjoying the fact that we've met after how many months now?
Half a year.
Half a year. Wow.
Yeah, half a year.
So let's do a little introduction. Maybe Eugene, you can share a little bit about your story, just to have a start. I met Eugene 1.5 years ago, 2 years?
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, almost 2 years ago. The war in Ukraine started. He was one of the first Ukrainians who came in Sibiu. Back then I used to work with Cinema, and this is how the whole adventure started. But not to give any spoilers away, we decided basically to talk about change, something. This would be like
Yes.
the theme. And I would like to start with your story, man. Like, share a little bit how you ended up coming in Romania. What was the story behind that? I know it started with a dream, and we take it from there.
It started with a change.
With a change.
With a change, yes. To one morning, we decided to escape the country because of the war and came to Romania. And other changes starting from that point. We were invited by Cinema to join our efforts to support refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Then, except of just support with some basic products, goods, shelter, we start develop other programs how to help them with education, with psychological support, and step by step we gathered the team of amazing people.
Yeah.
Like my tita.
That was amazing, man. One of the best periods of my life lately.
Yeah.
And we did some really beautiful things together. We basically were like a unit and well-oiled mechanism, and everything started so organically. Let's go this way, see where it leads us. Everything. No. We're gonna go this way so we see a little bit the sunrise.
We were the only two men
In the whole organization. It
Yeah.
was full of women, because they have a kind heart and they are always helpful. But strong men like us, you don't find anywhere.
Yeah, and not enough smart to refuse to lift something heavy.
So it was an amazing experience. But let's go back to... I know that you had a dream that prompted you to leave Ukraine. What was that all about? Because I remember that. You dreamt that you need to change something, that you need to leave. It was even before the war started, no?
It was. The something inside of me that I came to the point, and I need some purpose, some goal, something big. Not because of ego, but I want to make something good, something important for other people, not just for my family. And once the war began, I didn't even consider this as an opportunity. I just started to help to other people. That's it. Just begin. And eventually, some months later, I recognized that, oh my God, that's exactly what I was thinking about. But I was fully in the process. I was not focused on the goal. It's just the process based back then. Help people, support them, focus on them, ask what they need. That's it. So simple. And that is something which actually helped me to pass through the most difficult month, when everything was destroyed, everything what you had, all the relations which you had, all the friends, family connections were broken. You couldn't even go back to your country just to visit them. So
it was in that period that you started working and you focused your attention on serving others, and that somehow kept you going and gave you purpose, something like this.
Yes, it definitely gave me a purpose. I had a strong feeling that everything I'm doing at the moment is something needed by other people. So it is something useful and very needed for them. So I just continue. And also this high load back then didn't allow me to overthink about my problems.
Yeah.
So,
because there was a lot of need all around of us.
yeah.
And you had to care for others, and you couldn't stop and cry about your condition.
No, I just simply had no time for this. I was too busy to sit thinking properly about myself, about my future, about what happened to everything I had in my country, what is still there, about people who are there. Well, actually no, except of people. With people I was always, and we were keep our connection and asking how are they. And some of them are now also with me in Romania.
That's amazing, no? That's amazing. But you came with the whole family here, and basically you changed everything.
Yes, for my kids, for my wife, it's also the same big change. Oops.
And how do you feel now after almost 2 years of being in Romania? How does it feel?
Sometimes there is a wave that do I have enough power to continue doing this? But it's just like a small flash, and then you see the eyes of people, see that they're still. Not all of them can support themselves. Not in case of something material, like goods, money, or something like that. But they just need somebody to take their hands
and guide them through this process.
Yes, there is still.
And help them go. Look, like all the obstacles. You're in the woods, man. Now, being in the woods, like you have obstacles, and we had a lot of obstacles, man. I mean, in that period, especially at the beginning, when everything was new, we didn't have the whole process established. There were like big challenges. I mean, there were days when we were working over time, and I think it's still like this now. Everybody's working overtime because it's really challenging working with people, working with working with the state, with the government, with organizations, with everything. So nothing is set into place. Like now, you have this trail in the woods and have all these obstacles. You say, "Hey, let's go for a nice walk in the morning." And of all the places that we could choose, we ended up in this trail that's full of obstacles, because this is how it goes with us.
And actually, this is so much similar to what we have passed through. Like, with all of those obstacles, with all of those people which we met with the authorities or other organizations, it was so much unclarity, nothing clear. How will it go? What's the agreement?
Who's responsible for this? Who has to take care? Who has to clear the forest? I don't know. Someone
who shall
has to
do this? Who will support us who can help with the other issue? But with the people
You're helping with.
Yes, you have to be very confident. Like,
Of course,
you
I know what I'm doing.
The same like on this video. We have almost fall down just now.
But we know what we're doing. I mean, it's super nice.
Yeah.
And like, look at this, what's coming in front, man. I mean, come on. Of all the things that we could do and all the paths we could choose, we chose this forest, this path, and now I feel responsible somehow to come back and clear all this path. So maybe at the end of this video, you're just gonna see us in the woods chopping down the trees and making a clear path, because people want to walk here and they cannot. Look. God damn it.
On some point, this is the way how you also recognize what is the current need. Just go on the field and have a look.
This is amazing.
There are a lot of stuff which shall be done, but there is nobody who can do this. Just go and do.
Yeah, basically this is the philosophy. This is how I think CIPRI appeared, because at the beginning it was Susinima, the organization in Romania.
Oh,
and
no.
the field. Oh my God, this is crazy. Man. I think we have to come back and clear the woods. So it's the organization in Romania that was helping oncological patients, and so the profile was basically completely different. And when this need appeared, the organization, the NGO, adapted, and it created a new branch of itself, which is CIPRI. I'm gonna put a link in the description, so you can check them out. It's an amazing group of people, highly dedicated, and this is the principle, like what Eugene is saying now. These are people who said nobody's doing anything. Oh, that means we have to do it ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
And it started like this. You have to do it yourself. Just do, just act. And it's amazing that we partnered up somehow. It gave purpose to a lot of people. And I see, let's go this way. I don't try. It's a lot of work there. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's happening there. So we met and we kicked off from the start. I mean, Eugene was a shy person, and now you can see him almost being. I make fun of him. He's the mayor of Ukraine in Romania. He's like taking care of so many people. And it's amazing to have his friendship.
This guy was just a person who were coming to each and every one and hug them.
Yeah, I'm
in a very weird manner.
Yeah, because I hug everybody. I'm a touchy-feely person. I like to connect also with people on this level, because we are so disconnected basically. It helps to create genuine connection, and this is how I enter under the skin of people. Just go them, I hug them, and I say, "Oh man, I really love you," and then they cannot resist my charm.
No, no
Man,
way, no way.
no way. Look, man,
No way.
it's crazy the terrain we choose. I do not believe it. Whenever I'm, whenever I'm, this basically this was our whole relationship. This is how it started. We
Yes,
started doing
yes,
crazy
with this.
shit together. Let's move a whole building. How many people do we have available? No one. Okay, it's
No,
just the two of us.
Just two of us.
Okay, let's
fine.
do it.
Let's bring our cars and do this.
Fill the cars, make infinite numbers of roads, and just do it in the worst conditions. And this is, we had a lot of fun doing it. I mean,
Were we tired? No, we didn't have time to be tired.
crazy, man, of all the things that we could have choose, it's so representative to our relationship. Choosing the hardest path, not because we want to do the hardest thing, because this is where life leads us. Like, I mean, it's like,
And this is fine. Why not?
of course, because this, it helped me grow so much. I mean, all this experience that we had together, it strengthened something in the relationship with the people that we work with, and also it gave us the opportunity to grow a lot. Because let's face it, when you're in the comfort zone, when everything is nice, all is beautiful, all is shiny, happy, how can you grow?
No, no way.
And
No-
this
no way,
change,
definitely.
because we said like the theme is change, this change helps us develop new skills. I mean, I cannot believe it, man.
Probably you can also grow slowly, but until you reach some point, you will get too old.
Oh, yeah.
To then implement, to use what you learned.
Yeah, so the lessons and the experience becomes unusable at one point because you don't have the strength to implement it.
Or
No.
time.
Or
Any-
time,
any
yeah.
longer.
Time runs up.
But the community, the people wouldn't follow you because you're an old and thick and
And you don't have the input anymore.
no. You don't recognize their needs. You don't speak on the same level with them any longer. So the path like this definitely. It's doesn't also mean that we have to select always just the path like this. But as an experience to grow, to recognize something, to improve, and actually to stay together.
Yeah, this helps you to get more connected to other people.
Oh,
because,
it's so
because
hard to
you,
do this
you
alone.
it gives you an awareness. Basically, this is what I found. Which way to go, bro? I let you choose because I don't trust my instincts.
Let's go
to
left.
Yeah, let's go left. Ah, this looks like a nice road. It's a clear road, a proper road.
For a
gives-
while,
We don't
but
know
we
what
can turn all the.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Keep you updated. It gives you an awareness of the other because when the road is like that, and you have someone next to you, you're always going to somehow look after him.
Yes.
It puts you in that condition of, okay, is he okay? Look, there's an obstacle here. Watch out for this branch. Watch out for that hole. And it gives you this constant relationship and helps you focus not on yourself, like you said, which is amazing. I think that's a big blessing, you know.
And actually focus by on the other person. You also pays more attention to what is going on around.
Exactly. You see more
Yes, because you're
because
feel
you have
some
to think.
responsibility
Yeah.
against that person, and you cannot be just inside of your own thoughts anymore.
Yeah.
You have to observe what's outside.
Sometimes we get so caught up by our own story that we forget that we live in a community, we live in a society, and what we have, maybe some other person needs. You have time, some other person needs your time. You have some resources. You have maybe you have joy. when you have a hug to give, you have a smile, you have a helping hand. And if you don't put yourself in the condition of opening up to this, then you're missing out on a lot of opportunities, and a lot of opportunities basically to help others. Wow, this is so nice, bro. I really missed our conversation somehow, and our just being in the presence of someone that you care and you love. Really nice. Eugene.
Are you tired?
I don't know, bro. I lost
No.
touch, man.
No.
It's not
It's
about
so
being tired because once you re-enter in this mindset, the body doesn't even react anymore to
no,
tiredness.
no.
You go beyond the limits that you think,
You're-
oh, I cannot do it.
Yes. You still feel your body, but you're like a bird. You're flying through all this.
Something happens, no? It's strange. I mean, you feel that the body doesn't have resources anymore, and yet you can push on. And it's not like you feel, of course you feel maybe sometimes you feel like you're burning out, or you feel exhausted and stuff like that. But still, what do you think makes us go beyond the limit? Because many times we went beyond the limit.
Only other people.
Other people, no?
Either if you must help them, they're in a worse condition than you are.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you be so selfish and think about yourself in the moment
Yeah.
if there are so many people which are
Worse than
worse, much worse? Yeah. Or there are people who can support you. Just take your hand and I'll guide you through that period. So it's all about people.
Huh.
People who are next to you.
This is one of the guiding principles of life, I think. If you put yourself out there, be available to help others, you're gonna make a difference. And you don't do it because you want to make the difference. Somehow you do it because you cannot do it otherwise. I don't know how to explain. I don't. There is a part in me that couldn't be a bystander. Even if I would try, I couldn't be a bystander anymore. After having this experience, you know, you feel something inside, the drive that will prompt you to act. And it's like a practice. It's like it becomes your. It's so ingrained in you that you cannot do without. I mean, do you see yourself now taking a vacation for 3 months and staying in Sibiu at the terraces in Sibiu and just watching people go by, and just spending your life contemplating, I don't know, stuff?
Cannot imagine. Maybe I can have a break for a few hours to watch a movie and then
A break, that's something else, yeah, but
Yeah,
you
but
cannot
not,
put pause to the experience
No,
and
no.
say, no,
even 2-week vacation, no, it's not
hold the
possible.
camera a little bit, bro.
Even in case I would go to some other location, I would still be connected to those people. And everything we spoke about support to others. If you would like to help, just go and help, and don't ask them to pay for this.
Very good point.
Expect nothing in
return.
return.
Yeah, that's a very good
and
point, bro.
Actually, somehow, someday, it will return from other people, not from those. Almost never from those.
Yeah.
the same, but somehow it works in this way. And if you're doing something needed to others, then eventually when you will be in a need,
Others will come and help you.
yeah, somebody will come to support you.
I can wholeheartedly attest to this, because how we ended up in Germany, it's a whole story in itself. But I basically moved in 1 week here with an empty apartment that needed renovation, with the help of Eugene and Lou. Love you, girl. The amazing locomotive that is the driving force behind what's happening in Sibiu with Susinima and with Sipri.
Yes.
So yeah, just to give credit where credit is due, I learned so much from you, and I love you so much for the experience and for your type of leadership, because it's a different type of leading people. It's like pushing them beyond their comfort zone, pushing them in cold water, even if they don't know how to swim yet, but always being by their side through the process. And like, you can do it. Because when I first entered Susinima, from being on stage and being an artist and having the script given to me, you have to do this, you have to do this, I just go on stage, I receive the applause and I go home. Now I was forced to do stuff that I had no idea about. And she had that attitude of trust and supportiveness that she made me believe, oh, man, I can do it. I was shitting my pants the first weeks, man. I was like, what the hell is this? Reports and doing that and I didn't understand anything, like literally nothing. And all she said was, you can do this, and whenever you need me, I'm here. And man, that was enough. That was enough for me to get me going and to support me the whole journey. And I learned so much. And we grew together, basically. Because I think you also had to learn so many new things, no?
Oh, yeah, so wide variety of new stuff. As I've never been before in this social support field.
Yeah, it was
Or-
for everybody was new.
Some public figure, no, never.
Amazing.
And then I found myself in this team.
This team, yeah. I really felt, I think, for the first time, because in theater I never had this. I really never had this before. I really found myself in a real team that was building and growing. While we were in all that craziness, we could observe the connection. You could literally see the connections being formed, and how our bond was getting stronger and stronger. And now, whenever I think about someone in the team, I think about them as my family, my friends. I don't know how to say it, you know? It's like they're so close, and you guys are so close, even though I'm here and you're there. It's crazy how strong these connections can be.
Yes, the family.
Family,
That's
yeah?
the right word. Oh, it was never considered as a job.
Yeah, it's not a job, man.
No.
Especially in the humanitarian field, if you operate in that field, you cannot consider it a job. It's like a calling. It's a vocation. You are chosen to do that. You're given the opportunity. And I think it should be treated likewise. You're not required to go in a factory and become a robot doing only one thing for the profit of the company, you know, and you just support yourself. You are required to go on the field and help others. and this cannot be measured. What you get from it cannot be measured in money, in anything. I get emotional just by thinking about it. What do you think are the lessons that you learned in this process of change? Because it was a process of change from the beginning. The moment you left, things started changing. What do you think changed? Let's say it like this.
Keep going. Just keep going. If you don't know what's happening around you, keep going. Look for people. Keep your eyes wide open, and do what you're good with. What your heart, what intuition says to you at the moment. Don't try to be too much rational.
It's counterintuitive, no? Don't try to overthink, don't try to think over.
Yes, it slows down you.
It slows you down.
When everything changes, everything totally.
Because you cannot pre-plan.
You still try to make an anchor to your past. It will hold you in your past. It will not allow you to develop yourself.
So basically,
be open to changes. There are so many changes. Okay, just be open to those changes.
And change with them.
Yes.
Allow yourself to change with them.
While keeping your eyes wide open, you will see that so many people are actually on the same boat with you. So you can go together. But in case you would be connected to your past, thinking only about what's going on inside of yourself, only yourself, then you will not be able to see the others who can join efforts, go together and do something much more relevant, more important, bigger.
Do you think this is a symptom of our society, this lack of willingness to help? Why do you think it's so hard for people to connect and join forces?
I would say it's a crisis of present culture, which we are on the highest peak at the moment.
You feel it like this, huh?
Yes, we have passed the opposite era. We went from communism countries when everyone were only together, which was too much togetherness, no individuality. Then we came to every person is a person, everyone's meaning is important, and now we came to the maximum level of this, and we have to again rethink about being a part of the society, not just a set of individuals. It's a wave or a spiral movement which allows you to
it brings you back
further.
in this point and you can see it
Yes,
from another
but not
viewpoint.
like a circle, more like a spiral.
Yeah.
It brings you back, but on
another level. And you can see what was on the lower level.
Takes the lessons from them, improve it, and go further.
This view, it's helpful, and it helps you, I think, a lot to learn the lessons, no, and to improve upon what you've already done.
Yes, I strongly believe that we have developed ourselves to some particular level as persons, and it's time to return to a community, to think about, to get something which is common for us. We're living on the same planet.
What connects us? This is a really good theme. what connects us at the end? What do you think connects us as humans, as individuals? What connects us?
I would think what disconnects us.
Ah,
That is the main question at the moment. And if you think about this, there are not that many things that makes us strangers actually.
huh.
And this is so easily to eliminate them. Because it's inside of our nature to be together.
To be connected.
To be connected,
Mhm.
it's inside of us. And when we want to disconnect, we have to make this effort. You don't have to make effort to be connected.
Very good point. So you're saying that you are actually consuming energy and putting effort to stay disconnected.
Yes.
Because
Exactly.
it's quite interesting because, for example, we live in this village, yeah? And this is a village in Germany. It's a beautiful, quiet village. And I come from a country, Romania is a country where the culture of neighbors is really strong. I mean, whenever people like to get together, the families have big dinners, neighbors have open doors for the people around them. So it's a culture of neighborhood, I don't know how to call it, of people getting together. And I think it's all over Balkan. This is a culture that is in Balkan. But here in Germany, in this small community, I haven't met people. I haven't connected to my neighbors yet, because they're polite, they are nice, it's all beautiful, but it's like you said, there's an effort put into staying disconnected. I rather stay in my house because it's a comfort zone. So I stay there to protect myself from exposing my I don't know what they're trying to protect. Protecting, look, to protect something you need fences, man. You need to build walls, you need to build barriers. So that's a lot of effort.
Effort. Yes.
That's a lot of effort to put armor, to put shields, to put everything. I need to protect my property, my belonging, myself, who I truly am. And when you actually to be open and connected, it's just a gesture of letting go. You let go, and all the armors fall, the walls fall, the door opens. Everything is. It's quite easier than we think. A really nice perspective that we put a lot of effort into staying disconnected, basically. Very nice, cool. And what can help people to release this effort, not to put so much effort into staying disconnected? How can we get connected again?
People.
People,
Other people. Other people. No matter what's common for them. It can be anything. Even if you don't speak the same language, you can go hiking. You don't need to know language to go jogging. Of course, if you have some bigger goal, like we used to have when the war started, yeah, this is something which you're so much focused and you gather people around you which are also dedicated to that goal. But it doesn't need to be something that much big. Plant a tree together. Ask your neighbor to plant one tree in front of your house.
This theme always pops up, man. This is my life.
Discuss with your neighbor what kind of tree would he like to have in front of him.
And this will connect you because you've done something together. Plant a tree, man.
This is your tree. It's not for two of you. You can always find
Let's catch a
something.
breath here.
It's so simple. sun finally arrives.
I'm just waiting for my soul to get back in the body, man. Just breathe a little bit, just have a break, because see, this is this is how we met each other. This is how we continued our whole relationship, always doing stuff, always on the run, on the go. And now I think after so many time, it's good just to, just sit down, catch a breath, make a break, enjoy the sunrise, listen to the birds
Yeah.
and the chainsaws in the wood. Yeah, plant a tree. This is a really good way of creating connection with the community. Wouldn't it be amazing for everyone on this planet to plant one tree in their community? At least one tree. There's a saying, my father used to tell me this. He said, he grew up with this in his mind. He said, I know that I will be a man when I will build a house, dig a well, and plant a tree. And I was having a conversation with him. I think it was the first time we bonded, and he shared this with me. And we were in Avrig at the cabin, and he fulfilled all those three, because the small cabin, he built it with his own hand. He had that well in the middle of the garden, and he planted also a fir tree, the beautiful big fir tree. And he said, man, I fulfilled my purpose somehow. He had that feeling of, I did what I knew I had to do, and now I'm content somehow that I did something meaningful, because it's symbolic at one point, It's also for others, because he never did it for himself. He did it for the family, basically. But from that well, others for generations can drink water. Under that tree, families can gather and benefit from the shade and from the flowers or the fruits of that tree. And in that house, you can have so many people coming and be a host for them. It's so simple somehow, and yet we lost touch. I don't know if this is a goal anymore in our society, if young people consider this as being a goal. Now everybody wants to be an influencer and influence other people, like, share, subscribe, views, and you get caught in this carousel. You want to be known, maybe you want to be popular, and where does this lead you?
This is also a step, another phase of development. Remember how it was when, for example, Instagram just arrived?
Mm-hmm.
There was a tool for making pictures of your food. That's it. And now, what can you find there?
It is considered one of the most dangerous apps on the internet. It's a cause for suicide. People lose, and it's damaging for the psyche of the young people. This is what the studies reveal. Because of the self-esteem, the comparing with others, all this crap,
This phase is also given to develop further, to highlight the actual problem which we have in our society. This too high individualism.
Mm-hmm.
and social media is the best illustration for that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
it goes very fast and very highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clear for us that something goes wrong. Let's check, let's study what exactly goes wrong and how can we improve this. Otherwise, how can you improve something which you don't know how it works, how it goes?
Yeah.
You have to,
Dive deep into that situation, into that experience, test it to the limits, and then try to improve it. This is what you're saying.
yes,
Mm.
this is something new in like humanity never faced with that kind of,
We don't have long-term studies on this.
no,
It's
not yet. It's
infancy.
the first time ever. But I strongly believe we will manage this as well.
Or everything like crashes, the internet disappears, and then we're back to basics, man.
Which is also a possible and not that bad scenario. Why not? If this finally leads you to be together, to be the part of something bigger than just you are, then it doesn't really matter in the way. This is all about changes.
It's all about changes, yeah, at the end of the day. Embrace change. Actually, acknowledge change. Don't stop it. Don't try to run away from it, or um, I don't know, try to block it. Just let it be. It's like you want to stop spring from happening, or stop winter from coming. It's it's stupid. Why would you do that? Leaves have to fall. Like the plants have to die in order for other plants to come fresh in spring. Now we have a field in the back that has a lot of dead plants, and the forest, if you look at it, the forest has no leaves whatsoever. But without this process, new life cannot emerge, no? So we just have to
Yes.
accept it, embrace it, and adapt to it. So nice, man. We're being really smart now in this morning sun. I feel like how wise I am, you know. Having this camera looking at me, I have to provide really good content, and people need to see how smart I am, you know. I'm with my friend here. We had this long experience of helping other people, and we're just being smart asses on a bench in Germany looking at the sun.
With a nice camera, with good
the
microphones, with a super
good
lighting.
good sound, good image, amazing lighting provided by God Himself.
Somewhere in the countryside of Germany.
Giving lectures about being connected. Look at, man, these guys, man, they're dropping wisdom bombs on us, you know.
They're not wisdom. They're just the same people as the other.
Yeah, but it's nice to make a reality check, you know, sometimes, because this is a topic actually that is really present in my life. It's the ego topic, you know. And also because of my profession as an actor, I was exposed to this intensely. I saw it everywhere around me, and I saw it rising and growing inside me. And this happens also. There's a nuance in helping others, you know, and I think this is something it's important to acknowledge and be aware of it. It's that Messiah syndrome, you know, that are helping others, and that gives you a purpose and a meaning, but it also gives you a satisfaction inside, you know. And that's the ego being, oh, look at me, I helped so many people. At the end of the year, you look at the yearly report and you see thousands of people, and, and there's something in you that will say, I did this, you know. I man, I did a good job this year, you know. I'm fucking tired, but I did such a good job. And that I pops up, you know. It's like, look at me. Do you see me? How I helped all these people? And that's something that I always have to keep in check. I always have to look out for that part of me that wants to say me, I. And this is one of the reasons why I started this journey, following the spiritual path, following Guruji, and coming here next to the ashram, because he exposed a lot of that in myself, and all the things that we do help us keep it in check somehow. And how do you manage this? Did it ever happen to you, like to see yourself as the savior somehow?
Yes, yes, of course, it happened during this time. And I don't like to talk about we or I. No, I literally prefer to think like, what do you need? What can we do for you? Like, and when I use I, it's in the cases when I have to say, I'm sorry, I failed. Then I say, not we. We are sorry. No, this we as an organization. This means nobody is sorry. Only I can be sorry.
Yeah, I can.
I take this responsibility.
Owning your own shit.
Yes.
Oh, so beautiful, bro. I am responsible for this. I am sorry. What can we do for you? What can I do? Very good. Very nice. I feel like we're wise again. We're growing wise again.
Ego is coming back.
Of course it comes back, bro. It's over the. It's around the corner. Every time you drop a
Yes.
wisdom bomb,
Yes.
the ego comes and owns it for himself and says, "See how smart you are." I always feel this, bro, coming there. Sometimes that's why I like to play with that character that I told you about, Humble Das. This is something that I always tell people. I tell people I am truly humble. I just point. I have to shine that light on my hypocrisy, you know, because I can pretend I'm humble, and sometimes I really feel. Sometimes I have a genuine feeling of, yeah, I'm selfless. Because I have that, because it's a drive. It's like you say, like connection is natural. Also, helping others is natural, but it gets corrupted by the ego. The ego comes around the corner and says, I did this, you know. But the starting point, that impulse, the genuine impulse of helping others, it's usually it's pure. It comes from that space of, oh, I really want to help it. I really want to help you. But on that journey of helping the person, halfway through or maybe at the end, the ego pops up and wants to take it for himself and say, I did this. I did this.
Yes.
It's like the scene with Jesus in the desert, and devil comes, you know, and tells him, jump off this building and resurrect and be glorious. Do these miracles. And this is what the devil was trying to do with Jesus in the desert, tempt him to shine that ego and say, you are doing it. And everything that Jesus was doing was selfless, basically. That was the model, you know. That's why we say we're the Messiah syndrome, you know. You want to be somehow that selfless helper. You want to be at that level of helping others without asking anything in return. but something happens inside of our mind that gets corrupted. It's it's really important to be aware of that part of ourselves. I think it's really important. It keeps us in check. And for me, one of the things that I do is just point out how humble I am. I'm so selfless. I'm a really selfless person. I'm amazing at this aspect. Making fun, this helps me. Making fun of myself in that aspect humbles the ego somehow. I don't know how to, because it
Yes.
takes away the glory.
Yes. Yeah.
It puts you. It makes you ridiculous in the eyes of others, so you're not glorious anymore. You cannot be glorious while you say, "Oh, look at me, how glorious I am," because you become ridiculous. That's my trick. How do you keep your ego in check, bro?
Asking myself who actually did this, not who pushed, but who was the actual person who was doing something, and what was the reason for this. Like, was there a real need from a person, from another person, to assist them, to support them, or that came from you to be?
You needed that for yourself.
Yes,
I need to help you.
yes. And if you recognize that this is a fake goal, just stop. Stop.
Just stop.
No.
You know that video with "Stop It," no? The Bob Newhart video. It's a guy, the psychologist and the patient, and she comes to him and she says, "I have this disorder." And he says, "Okay, first of all, I charge $5 for 5 minutes. I don't refund, and the session will end really quickly. Okay?" He says, "Oh, okay, nice." He says, "I have an irrational fear of getting buried alive." And he says, "Have you ever been buried alive?" "No." "Has that happened to someone else that you know?" No. "But I cannot go outside. I'm afraid of being in boxes, of being in elevators. I'm claustrophobic." And says, "Okay, I'm going to say you 2 words that will help you." I say, okay. Should I write it down?" No. People usually remember 2 words. So, are you ready?" "Yeah." "Stop it." Stop doing it. Stop it. And then it snowballs into. It's a really good piece. Maybe I'm gonna put a link in the description for this. But this is that simple, man. Stop it. I mean, when you do something like this, just stop it.
Once you recognize this,
Stop it.
you know what to do.
I mean, it's not complicated. It's not a philosophy. You don't have to prepare for it. You just stop it. Stop doing that crazy shit you're doing. Like the idea of letting go is the same. Just drop it, Don't hold on. Just drop it. Man, I love this. I'm so happy, man. You came. I'm so happy you came.
It's so nice to be here again.
I missed you,
To
bro.
meet you.
I missed you.
A lot of people are missing here, actually. But see,
Man.
just me. That's my ego is now talking. Just me came to see you.
They say they miss you, but only I came to see you.
Now my ego can be satisfied.
Very good. You're the best, bro.
See, and this is an example how you eliminate, how you make the ego ridiculous.
Yeah, you have to point it out. I think this is a really good practice, pointing it out in yourself and in others, And people, the problem now is that people get so offended, You cannot say anything about anyone because people get offended and you can easily end up in jail. I don't want to bring up topics. I don't want to point out to current issues of the world, but getting offended, this is, I think, the worst thing that can happen to a person now. Some people get offended, bro. This is their drama. This is the drama of some people's life. I'm so offended. I don't even want to go there, bro. But long story short, stop it. I mean, literally, let's crack a joke. Let's make fun of one's faults and imperfections. Acknowledge that we're ridiculous. I mean, we're floating on a rock in space, and we have so big problems, bro. When look at this beauty, man. Like, look at all this beauty surrounding us. And we have problems, you know. That eagle is flying there, and he doesn't get offended by the fact that the woodpecker is doing I don't know what, you know. I sometimes come here and I just breathe. Yeah, just come and breathe, bro. You have a lot of messages from work, bro.
I think it's Eugene. Where are you?
Where are you?
Are you lost in the woods?
You're with your friend. Yeah, we had some time for ourselves. I'm happy that we had this walk and talk. And
Thank you for this. For inviting me to join you.
I'm
the walk this
so
morning.
happy, bro. I'm so happy. This is, I think, the best episode ever because it's spontaneous, and of all the adventure that we had, that was so relevant for our relationship during the years, and we had all this journey until we reached this point, and somehow it was like a remembrance because it started a little bit. We didn't know how to align to the whole situation of us being in front of camera and then trying to be meaningful in front of. We had to provide. I mean, for the people who watch this, we have to give them something.
And you forgot the lens.
I forgot the lens. And now that we are here on this bench, it feels so good to be here. You know, it feels good because we talked a little bit yesterday about how does it feel. It feels like this, man. It feels good. You're doing the right thing. You're in the right place. You're here. You are now. And it feels right. It feels good. So thank you, bro, for being part of my journey.
Dante's, thank you. You're just a part.
It's nice, bro. I'm grateful that we met and that this connection is I feel it like that type of connection that you have with someone that goes beyond time and space, and it's like we never stood apart for 6 months. This is our cue when the wife calls, just so you know.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So he has to take this call. I'm just saying this. We want to have some bromance here, but he has to take the call. So stay grounded and walk straight. See you next time.